meet Australia's largest and toughest lizard. Weighing in at around 15 kilograms and measuring over 2.5 meters long, the Perentie is the lizard king. A formidable apex predator that few animals dare to tangle with. This large male is a notorious desert stalker. And he's hungry. He's using his highly tuned senses to forage in the grass. His eyes are shaded from the sun and sensitive to the slightest of movements. Licking the air with his tongue, he tastes the faint chemical trace of prey. Nothing much escapes his attention. Most of the time, he makes do with small rodents. Out here, in Australia's barren interior, potential meals are few and far between. So he's not above scavenging. But such a big, active hunter sometimes needs a more substantial meal. A Perentie of his size will actively hunt wombats and even lone dingoes. Most reptiles wouldn't even dream of taking on a red kangaroo. But the Perentie isn't most reptiles. He can do something other lizards can't. Perenties can run and breathe at the same time. He has a large breathing tube and strong neck muscles that act like bellows to keep him well oxygenated, even at high speed. The Perentie is one of the fastest of all reptiles. He can maintain speeds of around 40 kilometers an hour for up to 1 kilometer, making him a very efficient endurance hunter. Even so, a kangaroo is no easy target. His best chance is to launch a surprise attack. He focuses on the weakest and most vulnerable within the mob. This predator's festering mouth oozes more than drool. It's recently been discovered that the bite of the Perentie is venomous. Anticoagulants contained within the venom induce a collapse in blood pressure, and dizziness soon subdues the victim. Selecting an unwary target, his approach is silent. But the desert community is always alert to stalkers. The chase is on, a contest of speed and agility. On the open plain, the kangaroo would be much faster. But while navigating the low desert scrub, it struggles to reach top speed. But ultimately, the Perentie is outclassed. There's little shame in being outrun by this iconic Australian sprinter. But the Perentie turns his attention to a very different challenge. He's crossed paths with the recently fed Mulga snake. As one of the most venomous snakes on the planet, the Mulga is a real threat to most reptiles. But the Perentie stands his ground. The snake poses little threat to him. He's too big, and thanks to eons of coevolution, Perenties have also developed a resistance to snake venom. So it's the Mulga snake that finds itself in peril. And the Perentie doesn't hesitate. It's a sizable meal that will provide this unscrupulous predator with enough energy to stalk his next victim. His name says it all. Like the Mulga, the death adder is among the world's deadliest snakes. But rather than pursue his meals at top speed across the desert as the Perentie does, he sits and hides and waits for his meals to come to him. The soft desert colours of the death adder's 70-centimetre long body blend in perfectly with his arid surroundings. Lying motionless, his disconcerting eyes scan the horizon for potential victims. This wandering skink has no idea he's there. When it comes to launching his lethal attack, surprise is everything. For a successful kill, he needs to entice the skink to within optimum striking distance. Ever the swindler, this crafty desert con artist unveils a secret weapon. Slightly flattened and darker in colour, the tip of his tail seems to have a life of its own. When the snake twitches it, it looks just like a tasty, wriggling grub. This cunning optical illusion creates an irresistible honey trap for a hungry skink. But the curious skink remains just out of range. So cold and calculating, the death adder slowly moves the lure closer to his head. His trap is now set. Mesmerized, the skink succumbs to temptation. It's the fastest strike of all Australian snakes. A lethal dose of fast-acting neurotoxins delivers a swift end, leaving this clinical desert con artist to quietly devour his home-delivered meal.